back to After.
Hang on, take that from the top.
So, welcome back to Aftermath. I'm Yargon. Now, hi, I win the game.
You realise if I win, you all die.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I don't quite have the impression down yet. I'm working on it.
Yes, so welcome back to Aftermath, episode 61, part 2, part 4. We're just going to keep adding parts to these now, because I've decided that's a thing we're doing.
Part 6, part
3.
A.
Oh, fuck off. So, Pandal.
Yeah, let's go resurrect wife.
You watch Caliban walk away. Or the man
Yeah,
who used to be
I'm real
Caliban,
proud.
and had your wife
yes.
executed, walk away unscathed from
What a
within
dick.
your reach.
Yes, I feel awful. But
That's
I'm
entirely
going
fair.
to. But I'm going to focus. I'm like, Izzo, what are we doing? How do this thing before I go insane and shit after him?
Right. Well, first of all, and sort of walks over to the centre part, and the map is not important anymore, so I'm gonna move us back over to the world map just cause.
Aww,
Bye, Matt.
I like the map.
The map was there for the inevitable that you were probably going to try and murder Caliban. You didn't, so I'm proud of you. So, I suppose the first thing we should do is move this, and she sort of just kind of pushes the chest that he left.
Yeah, can I just
Out the way.
pick up the chest and just sort of like open it and see what's in there? Quick.
Should I say about identifying those?
How long is that gonna take?
Yeah, how many stuff is in there? This is
How
bags of
much stuff is in here?
So, there are 3 things currently in there.
Uh-huh.
There is the bottle I previously mentioned. It seems to have some blue liquid.
Blue with the bottle.
It's actually, as you look at
Mathias.
as you all look at it, it's very
Identify.
similar to the island in a bottle, but sans island.
Mhm.
No.
The other
So it
things.
stops flux then, right?
What?
It stops flux then, right?
No.
That's what the island in the bottle.
Well, that's what the island did.
That's what the island did. That's
It
not what the island
sounds
in the bottle
island,
did.
I don't know.
There's no island in this one. And as you look at the other things, there is 2 bags that look kind of like coin purses, or more like the bags you'd keep a large quantity of money in, similar to the one that Coghammer picked up with his grapple hand last session,
Yeah.
and isn't telling people about, notably Sauriv.
Yeah.
However,
You what?
I'll open up
You don't
the
know.
bags.
okay, one of them is indeed a bag with coin in it. There is 200 platinum pieces in it.
Holy Moses.
Fucking Marlie can have 100 platinum back. I'm taking all of those.
The other one, as you look in it, it appears to be empty, but it seems to reach down way further than it should do, like a bag of holding.
Nice. Hold on. Can we turn it inside out?
Yeah, okay. As you turn it inside out,
Bloop.
Pandal, every single piece that you need to resurrect someone is in this bag, except for the essence of a light dragon and the heart of a dark dragon.
Yeah, I figured.
Everything else is in the bag,
Ha!
except for the
Is
platinum,
it-
which is in the other bag.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna put 10 miles on broker. That's like exit 2x. Hold on, I'm gonna just add things to my stuff.
I cannot believe that you spent like all year in the campaign trying to get all of that shit, and then
Listen,
you just
I'm
get
not even
given it by an
mad right now. I'm not even mad right now, my dude.
Spent most of the campaign like passively trying to do that. He was doing other things mostly.
Yeah, we were doing plot.
So funny.
I have another. I have another light ring at least.
You do.
At the end of the scavenger hunt, you just get all the treasure in the chest.
Yeah, you get all the treasure anyway. You go, grass.
To be fair, that sounds the hardest part.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
most
the
important
hardest parts
parts, the
of-
bits you couldn't just buy, basically, were.
Also, gotta point out the 2 bits I got first because I'm cool.
Yeah,
Just throwing that one out there
that
for
is
the
true.
record.
But the bits that you can't just buy are not
Yeah.
here. Everything else that you could buy is here.
Yeah.
Which includes the snowball with a diamond worth 100 gold in the center.
Nice. Oh yeah, I have to. Okay, I'm actually gonna not make one then. I'm just gonna.
It's in a jar.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna use that one. I'm not gonna.
There's also a candle and a match, which is
That's funny.
because you need a flame.
Yeah,
I'll take the
I was gonna ask.
identify whatever this bottom is.
Okay. So you start doing that. As you guys sort of look through the chest, at what point look through the contents of this stuff, Izo seems to be sort of like almost a bit taken aback. There's just like most of the things here, and then turns to you, Pandal. You do have the other two things, right?
Yeah, I got the other two things.
Wonderful. And she sort of takes the what you call it and puts it the chest and sort of takes it over to one side. Right.
Yeah.
Everyone who's not involved should probably leave.
What defines being involved? Yeah.
This is going to take a lot of magical power, and it's going to take, well, all of these things.
Obviously.
So, Marlie, Sauriv, Coghammer. If you don't mind, I'm going to need you to step out of the circle. She sort of gestures at the stone circle. And whatever you do, don't cross that line. The rest of you, Mathias, need you to stand over there. And she like gestures to one end and then gets.
Can I figure out what this bottle is first?
You could do it over there. This is going to take some time. Just
Yeah, Mathias, places.
be over there.
The count's about to go up. Let's do this.
I'll go over there, like rolling my eyes.
And she gets Akane to sort of stand about a third of the way around the circle from Mathias. And everything has gone weird because I'm fucking dumb.
Coghammer is
There
a caster though, he might be useful.
Sorry, what was that?
Coghammer,
Mathias, yeah, the Coghammer does magic.
Coghammer is a mage though, he might be useful.
Oh, he has gizmos.
Coghammer is a mage mechanically, but not thematically.
Okay.
Yeah, he
and
has,
also,
he has
she,
gizmos, I think.
also, she needs 3.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Sorry, Coghammer.
Uh,
Sorry,
So we've
non-magic
got
boys.
Izo.
Mando,
Yeah?
I'm not. I know you're gonna do this. I want you to do
Yeah.
it, but
Good.
don't do anything stupid, right?
I mean, I'll do this.
Bring her
If this
back.
counts as stupid, then yeah.
But bring yourself back. Don't leave yourself behind. All right.
I appreciate the sentiment. I wasn't really planning on it.
Good. Good.
Yeah, you don't die. Just like don't have a heart attack while watching, I guess.
I'm gonna
It's
hug
right
him
next to
and
you.
squeeze
Oh,
him
I'll
as
hug him
much as
back.
possible.
I'm gonna get squeezed. And
Slightly
I'm
crushing.
gonna be like, ow, 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 and then you're like, oh, pop a spike. Oh, that's nice. Oh, squeeze. Oh, thank you. It's been a stressful day. I'll tell you what. 80 years is a long time.
Okay.
Good enough. And then I'll head over to the side.
Yeah.
okay.
Oh,
Right. Pandal.
Yep.
Take this, and she hands you what appears to be a spool of red thread.
I take the spoon.
Take this.
I'm going to use the stuff out of the chest, by the way, just so she has
Yeah.
access to it. I don't pull everything out of the bag. I'm going to pull the essence and parts out of the bag as well.
Right, okay. You pull
At
those
this
out.
point, just so she has access to everything, so
Okay.
she can.
Yeah. I assumed she was...
Yeah, so she can.
There's a bunch of stuff on the floor, so I assumed
Yeah.
she was using that stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's,
alright. So, right. Take these two. Put those in the center for now. And she goes and
Right.
stands, like, again, about a third of the way around the circle from both Mathias and Akane. Now, you're going to need to do all of this. So,
right.
I need you to place a snowball. Well, place a snowball on the ground, and then start spinning the thread around it as if it were the heart of the person.
I'm going to place.
Make the red thread
Okay.
as if it were veins. Doesn't need to be accurate, just draw a person with it. Use as much thread as you can. With every time it goes out, it needs to come back to the snowball, to the heart.
Gonna do that thing then.
Okay.
Walking. Right. I should mind make it. I'm gonna try and make it about Relta sized for obvious reasons.
Yeah, okay. Now, take the ring, make it as bright as possible, and place it in the center of where the forehead would be.
Boop.
Do the same thing with the blue thread, as if it were a brain. If the ring were a brain.
Wrap.
Right. Now, I need you to divide the various incenses you have, and take them, draw a circle, as you would for teleportation. And she begins to guide you through basically drawing them, like with a thin line of them, as if you were to make a teleportation circle.
Okay.
Except it's not quite the same. She tells you in places to change it. And what you know of the arcane, obviously normally you do this with chalk, so it's a bit weird doing it with dust in it.
I'll pretend I know exactly how to draw a teleportation circle, but I don't actually at all.
I would just
I
like
can
to
just
point,
can.
I just want to point out that Mathias has lost all interest in identifying this liquid and is now paying very close attention to what Izo and Pandal are doing.
Okay.
Like, not deliberately.
Sure. Pandal, you have a rough idea. Simply due to glyph warding and teleportation both being spells you know, so you know how to make teleportations, how to make circles, and also how to teleport. So you can kind of combine them. She corrects you in a few places.
Okay.
In a few places, she guides you through it, but it's not what you would expect. It does appear to be.
Okay.
It has some kind of link to a planar barrier in there, and there's something about bringing something to it, summoning a thing. It seems to be more of a summoning circle than a teleportation circle, but it is very based on that.
Makes sense.
And she then has you take the essence and place it inside of the ring. It's like a tiny little glowing thing, kind of teardrop shape.
Yeah. It's like a ball bearing size, it's like small.
Yeah, and she has you place that inside the ring, and then take the heart, and you need to then crack the heart down the center, which you can do. She guides you as how you actually just push on it, and with very little pressure, you can just press it, and it cleaves cleanly in two. And you
requires a broken heart.
You then place them. It's a perfectly smooth cut through, and it's this almost like I think I've described before. It's almost this black, almost like a gemstone, like a carving of a heart, but it's got this perfectly clean, flat side through it, and you place that either side of it. Which is just inside the circle. It's a big circle.
Either side of the snowball?
Either side of the whole thing. The basically the person you're building with the string.
Uh-huh.
And then guides you through essentially then placing the coins around it in a circle, and sort of so they intersect with some of the things. And then the last step you do is she guides you to. The last thing you need is you need to create a flame and ignite the incense. As you do that, speak the true name of who you want to summon, the soul you want to summon to the body that you are making. And you need to convince them to return. I wouldn't say that out loud though, just think it. They will, for a brief moment, share your thoughts. In that moment, you have that moment to convince them to return to you.
Okay, let's have a little. I'm gonna have a silent prayer, unrelated, to hope that Relta's orc mother was not smart enough to give her a surname, because I don't know it, and I've never known it. So we're really hoping the orc mom never gave a surname,
Well, you see, Pandal, there is one thing about that.
Uh-huh.
That wouldn't matter, would it? You were
Would it not?
married.
Does that change the true name? Is that how that works?
But it is their true name.
I thought, okay, what true name mechanics are we using here? Because I thought it was birth given name is your true name always.
Oh, it's literally the name of the person. You just
it's
can't
just
use
the
a
name of
nickname.
the person.
You just can't use, like,
Okay.
a nickname. It's...
Okay, right.
Yeah, sorry.
I was like, I don't know her birth name. Oh, God!
No.
I
Okay.
just thought it was the way you were like her true
I
name.
was like, oh, this could still go very wrong.
No.
And I can't guess because there's too many orc names to guess.
Be Relta on top of.
Meanwhile,
Yeah, I'm okay.
Mathias like now realizes he was distracted as all hell and gets back to identifying that blue stuff.
Mathias, please stop casting. I'm going to need you in a minute.
Oh, we don't want to know what this is and if it helps in any way.
I'd put it outside the circle if I were you. It's too late now.
Gonna put it outside the circle.
I
Identify
go to,
that
like,
tomorrow.
crack my neck. Yeah, I want to go to, like, crack my neck and then try again. It's not working because Sauriv already popped the, like, the air bubble. I'm gonna...
I've already
I'm gonna-
popped everybody in your body, possibly.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I can't, there's nothing to... How do I get the magic going?
I'm paying very close attention to the circle right now. I want to be able to recreate that.
Alright.
Okay. I'm going to think, so in Relta on top, I'm going to ignite the incense,
Alright.
and I'm going to think the thoughts, of just the, you heard the whole speech I had planned when we met?
Yeah.
What? Hold on, I have the thing. Hold on. You know the war is ending, and I'd really like to stop it, but if I can't, I'd really like to end it with you there with me. It's the whole thing. It's the whole thought.
Okay.
Gonna be like, I love you, please. Don't leave me, dead wife. Please.
So,
You know, just do the big
What's
thing.
romance, Manny? Wow.
Listen,
So-
I had Pandal. He planned a whole speech, but then I said he gave it to her when they chatted and when she was a ghost. So it's useless now.
Pandal.
Yeah.
So, you ignite the incense?
I do. I touch it.
You touch it. You touch the flame to the incense.
Yeah.
And in an instant, it
like
bursts
this.
into fire. It seems to spread far faster than you would expect. Not leaping to the disconnected runes that you had to draw with it, but seeming to spread there anyway. The circle around you begins to glow. The circle of stone, that is. The ground. The entire temple, which is what this place appears to be, begins to rise into the air. Everyone inside the stone circle. Mark off all of your spell slots.
Okay.
Pandal, Mathias, Akane, and Izo lose every single one of their spell slots as a visible stream of arcane energy begins to pour from each of you towards this body in the center. Shimmering and sort of twisting in the air, it's drawn from your chest towards the center of this body. The two halves of the heart begin to sort of liquefy and meld into the floor. Pandal, I need you to make me a persuasion check with advantage.
Oh no. Okay. Cool. I have luck. I'm gonna state before I do it, because fuck you, I'm gonna inspire myself. Or no matter what the outcome is. I might use luck as well.
That's fine.
Advantage persuasion check. Okay. What are we working with?
30.
Okay, the 21 I'm re-rolling.
Well,
We're gonna
you just roll another one. You can choose between any of them.
Whoa.
It's not a reroll.
Well yeah, but
Just
I
roll
suppose
again.
yeah, but it's a pick. It's a good heist.
Roll
So
one without...
another persuasion. Fuck.
30.
Okay, so 30 plus 1d12. 32.
All right.
That's not good. That's not good.
Pandal. As the halves of this dark dragon heart liquefy, they begin to run in towards the center. You see the string begins to move, passing through itself in places, and it begins to thicken. You see blood vessels actually beginning to form where the string was. You see the blue string beginning to form into a nervous system of some kind. You see the dark dragon heart begins to create bones that solidify. The snowball melts. The diamond in the center seeming to be missing as it turns blood red into the shape of a beating heart, slowly. And the ring begins to form a brain. The essence of the light dragon melding into it. As this body builds in front of you, slowly constructed, piece by piece, element by element. Flesh begins to appear, growing almost from the bones, quickly followed by skin, a green skin. And over the course of the next half minute or so, you're oblivious to the world around you, almost, as before your eyes, Relta begins to be constructed from the offerings you've made and from the ritual you've cast. She lies there, unbreathing, unmoving.
Oh god.
And as the temple continues to rise, it shakes almost as one layer of stone separates from another. Each layer of step that you thought were steps seems to come away from each other, rising a solid 30, 40, 50, 60 feet between each one. Those of you on the edge, you can see this. And through the center, that central blue circle. Pandal, are you still stood within the central blue circle?
Yeah.
Okay. A beam of brilliant blue light bursts from below up into the sky, arcing upwards as far as you can see. You are blinded, Pandal. And then you hear as Relta takes a single breath. For a brief moment, there's nothing, and then the beam begins to fade away. And as you look down, trying to blink and see, trying to clear your eyes from the bright light that was there for a moment, you see Relta, sort of through your hazy vision, look up at you. She sort of attempts to push herself up, to look around, at which point you feel a sort of slow descending as each layer of this temple begins to slowly collapse back down, eventually coming to rest exactly as it was before. She looks up at you, Pandal, and smiles. I didn't think you'd ever manage to do it.
I didn't know you actually had a heart.
Mathias just collapses backwards.
Yeah. Izo, Akane, Mathias all look exhausted beyond belief. I mean, I imagine Pandal does as well, but a little too busy to be exhausted.
I'm doing a big smile.
Yeah. She sort of feels at her chest, where her heart would be, and smiles up at you. And I think that might be your doing. And she manages to sort of pull herself to her feet and pulls you into a hug.
I'm gonna hug back. I'm gonna do a big hug.
And
I'm dying. I'll mute myself.
Did
I'm
we
just gonna
just
say, like, really quietly into her ear, being like, I was gonna do like a really cool thing where I'd have a hand lift us up, and I was gonna do fireworks. It was gonna be really great. But I'm really tired, and I'm just very happy this worked.
she sort of like half laughs. Well, I'm here. That's what matters, right?
did we just actually pull this off?
She sort of like seems to take a moment to even register that you said a thing, and then looks over and
Matthias is just on his back on the floor.
who's that?
Oh yeah, okay, darling, that's Mathias. He helped. That's Akane. She helped. That's Izo. She helped. Down there, that's Marlie. That's Sauriv. They're all my friends. You look great. That's Izo. I said Izo. I'm very tired. They're very nice people. And
Right.
you look great. You are nude. Just saying.
She like looks down.
So that's probably perturbing some of them.
That's never bothered you before.
I know, but I don't think Mathias has ever seen a woman naked, so he might be taking a second to process it.
Oh, you are my Pandal. She pulls you in for a big kiss.
Aww.
Yeah.
So,
Didn't realize you had a heart. I think that might be your doing. Oh my god, I'm dying.
Yeah, that was oh.
as Relta is brought back, and I think that's a very good point to leave off for the evening. Bit short on the second half, but
I just want to send
Wasn't
Spud
sorted.
over my old piece of leather armor to just cover her up.
It's like when the camera pulls away out of the hug, there's Spud like floating there.
holding his leather armor, yeah.
Yeah. It's convenient. You placed bubbles. It's like, you know.
It's way
I
too
like
small
to,
for
and I
her.
like to imagine if there was a camera, it would be like right behind Pandal, just so that his shoulders just cover the nipples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd have
It's
to
a
be
real
very
low
low
angle,
down,
too.
but
Yeah.
Very Dutch angle.
yes.
That's not
I
what that
imagine
means, but okay.
he lifted.
Yeah, she lifts him to pull him
That's,
into
yeah,
the
that's true.
kiss.
Yeah.
I'm just glad
Yeah.
that Matthias didn't have to roll.
Yes.
Yes.
Same. Honestly, I'm so glad you didn't have to roll.
Statistically, I mean, by the bonuses, I've got the best Arcana you can get. But my dice are shit.
Yes. Well. So, that's
Oh
been
my
the thing.
god.
Yeah, we're going to end it there for the evening, because that is a good point to come back next week, or, in a month's time if this keeps up. Thanks for note-taking me. This was a thing. Anyway.